Isaiah 14 verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave into the house of Jacob. I know strangers are the Israelite foreigners. It's going to come back to the knowledge. It says, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. All right, and who's the oppressor? Esau, Edom. All right, the so-called white man, as you can see in this video. All right, they're oppressing Israelites. And who are the Israelites? You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, who are God's chosen people. All right, we're going to possess these Edomites, all the heathen nations outside of the children of Israel. All right, we're going to possess them in the land of the Lord, which is Jerusalem. All right, for servants and handmaids, for slave men and slave women. Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity. And who is our adversaries? As it tells you in Psalms, 83 that they were confederate against thee. All these nations took crafty counsel against the children of Israel to keep us from being a nation. Right? It says, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey, man. So all you Edomites who rape, rob, and murder the Israelites, the Lord is gonna give us, so like He give you to us for a possession, man. All right, but in righteousness, all right, and it's gonna be double, man. All right. Psalms 149. praise ye the Lord. Sing unto the Lord a new song, and his praise in the congregation of the saints. Let Israel rejoice in him that made him. Let the children of Zion be joyful in their king. Let them praise his name in the dance. Let them sing praises unto him with the timbrel and harp. For the Lord taketh pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with feathers of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all the saints. Praise ye the Lord. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. So it says to execute vengeance upon the heathens, man. All right. Who the heathens, man? Starting with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, on down. All right. To Moab, which is the Chinese, Ammon, Japanese, Ham, doodle-eating Africans. All right. We're gonna execute vengeance upon you niggas, man, and punishments upon all of you heathens, man. 2/3 that are spiritual heathens, all right, that want to cleave unto these heathens, man, because they give you a stimulus check, all right, trusting in man instead of the Lord. It says to bind their kings with chains, all right, starting with the elite, man, the top banking families, all right, and their nobles with fetters of iron. All right, you're going into slavery to execute upon them the judgment written, man. And what's that? What I'm reading right now. All right, it says this honor have all the saints. Praise ye the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. And it's going to be a great honor to put you into slavery. Revelations chapter 13, verse 10. He that leadeth in the captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. All right. So who led the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans into slavery, man? The so-called white man, Esau, Edom. All right. So therefore, he's going into slavery. All right. He said, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. All right. And the sword being Esau, Edom's blessing. It tells you, you live by the sword, and you shall die by the sword. So he must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. So here's the patience, man. We've been patiently, where we've been suffering and waiting for, man, to put you into captivity, into hardcore bondage, into slavery, right where you belong. This is the future of the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. Isaiah chapter 60, verse 10. And the sons of the strangers shall build up thy walls, and their king shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. So, just like we built up your kingdom here in Babylon, the great, man, you're going to build up ours. All right? Because when people have rulership, they rule over the people, man. And that's what's coming. We're going to rule over you heathens in righteousness. Revelations chapter 2, verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. And as the vessels of the potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I receive of my Father. All right. So it says, and he, not she, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, those who follow the laws, statutes, commandments of the Heavenly Father to the best of their ability, rehearsing the righteous acts, and enduring all the way unto the end, says, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. So if we tell you to do something and you don't do it, and we're going to break your ass off, Esau, and he shall rule them with the rod of iron, as the vessels of potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. All right. So Lord willing, I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who taught us this truth and do rule well. And salutations to the hopeful elect, scattered across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth in all truth and sincerity. Shalom and Abba Babal.